Hey guys, so today I'm gonna be looking at people reveal things they have overheard. So yeah, let's just get right into the video. I remember way back I couldn't sleep on Christmas Eve, you know, being a little kid and all. So during this sleepless night where I guess my parents thought I was asleep, I heard my dad say, "Where do you think we should hide the new puppy?" That was pretty much at the top of my list, so naturally I was excited that I was getting a puppy. They talked for a good 20 minutes about the puppy, saying things like how should we keep it from barking before he finds him, before I dozed off. Next morning, I discovered that my parents knew I was awake and just decided to screw with me. There was no puppy. I got a Game Boy though, so it wasn't too bad. Why would they do that? That's so mean. As a kid, I would cry because you're so excited about it and then you think you're gonna get it and then it's just like, oh. Why would the parents downgrade the present? Shouldn't they do the opposite? Like make him think he's getting a bad present and then give him a Game Boy? You know what I mean? They should have been like, where do you think we should hide the potato? And the kid's just gonna be sad, so he has no expectations and now he gets a Game Boy, so he's gonna be so happy. You know what I mean? Why do they do this? What is this? I don't get this at all. This is just funny for the parents, not funny for the kid. That's so sad. When I was 7 or 6, I remember staying up late without the babysitter, realizing whilst my parents were out. I remember when they came back home, I was so worried about getting in trouble for still being awake that I pretended to be asleep. Mum came in the room asking whether or not I was awake. I stayed quiet and then she just sat down on my bed. She was quiet for what felt like forever, but was probably only a couple of minutes before she bent over, stroked my hair and kissed the top of my head whilst telling me how much she loved me and how much I meant to her, and then she tucked the covers around me tighter and left. To this day, it's my favorite memory of her and one I've never shared with anyone. Oh, this is so wholesome. Oh, that's so cute. Why am I getting emotional over this? It's just nice. It's not sad. Why am I getting emotional? I don't know. But honestly, I have one where I always pretended to be asleep in the car, so my dad would carry me to my bed and tuck me to sleep because I was that lazy. I didn't want to walk, okay? So every single time after school, I would pretend like I was asleep. And I bet he knew, but he was just like, oh, not again. That was honestly my favorite memory as well. It was nice. I miss those kid days. Everything was just so simple and nice. You just ate and play. It was nice. We're spending the night at a friend's house. I'm a guy, she's a girl. I brought my friend over because we were partying and we all slept in the same room. I was laying on the floor near my friend when I heard my friend call my name. Wanting to sleep, I ignored her, not moving, to which she responded, "Okay, I think it's asleep. Come here." About 5 minutes later, I hear the bed squeaking. One of them sneezed about 15 minutes into it, in which I responded, "Bless you." They immediately stopped. 10 out of 10 would do again. That's so awkward. Why would they do it when someone's... Really? Like they couldn't wait? Okay. Like, why didn't they go somewhere else? Like in the bathroom or something? I don't know, mate. Just don't do it when someone's right next to you. When I was a kid, my mom would make my brother and me take naps for like 45 minutes. I pretended like I was sleeping, and I heard my mom talking on the phone to my grandma. During the conversation, I assumed my grandma asked what my brother and I were up to, because she said my brother is sleeping and I'm pretending to be asleep. She said she knew I was faking it because my mouth was closed, and whenever I'm actually asleep, my mouth is slightly opened. Ever since that day, whenever I'm pretending to be asleep for whatever reason, I keep my mouth slightly open. Thanks for the tip, Mom. Oh. Oh, interesting. It's so funny to think about because you're just pretending to be asleep and you think it's working, and then you hear your mom say, "Yeah, he's just pretending to be asleep." Honestly, I would just get up and be like, what? He knows that we know he's awake, right? Oh. Well, that's awkward. You pretend to be asleep for a reason, right? And then your friends know you're pretending to be asleep. So what do? Do you just continue to pretend or get up and say hi? What do you do? I'm only friends with him because I feel sorry for him. Why would you say it? I honestly don't get it when people say these kind of things when someone is still in the room with them. You know what I mean? Like, even if you think they're asleep, there's still a risk of them hearing it. So just don't say it. You know, I don't get why they need to make it known that this is the reason why. When I was 8, on Christmas Eve, I overheard Santa eating the cookies and drinking the milk. Later, he opened the fridge and ate a large chunk of cake and ran around the living room smearing the cake everywhere. Santa was our dog. Whoa, that's a smart dog. He opened the fridge. He opened the fridge. What? Oh, there must have been like a towel there, so he could have pulled the towel, right? I wish my dog could do this, honestly. Night after drinking with friends, I wasn't really pretending to be asleep, more trying to keep my head from spinning. I overhear my buddy say to my other friend, I wonder how easy it is to smother someone to death. Oh, run. You don't want to hang around these people. Honestly, I don't think you want to black out around these people. Yeah, no. Was in this messed up relationship with my ex-husband when I was pregnant with my second kid. We had a roommate, female. Anyway, I pretended to be asleep one night because I didn't feel like having sex that night and didn't want to turn anybody down or make up an excuse. My ex-husband and the roommate got to talking in the next room. The bedroom door was open so I could hear them pretty clearly, and she asked him why he married me anyway. His response, I just didn't know what else to do at that point. Seemed like the next logical step and I took it. I honestly wish I hadn't done it, and I wish I was single right now, living life. But now I have this family and I'm not sure how I'm gonna get out. Whoa, what a jerk. Why did the roommate ask that question that way? You know, it feels like there's something off. You know, why would you ask someone, well, why did you marry them anyway? Like, why did you marry her? You know what I mean? It's so offensive. It just sounds like she thinks the husband is way better than the wife. At least that's her ex-husband. At least she got out of that, you know. At least. A French girl I met in a hostel came in to where I was sleeping and just sat there. I had just cut it off with her, so I didn't want to deal with her, so I pretended to be asleep for a few minutes. She just mumbled random stuff. She was pretty drunk. Finally, what got me up was when, in the cutest French accent, she told me she was going to set me on fire. I should have mentioned that yes, I did sleep with her again after that. Sometimes you gotta do messed up stuff to not stay on fire. In the cutest accent, I love how he still had to put in the cutest French accent, you know? Can you imagine finding that cute when someone tells you they're gonna set you on fire? I'm gonna set you on fire. That's so adorable. Oh. Yo, I was drunk at a party and couldn't fathom the world, so I lay down, closed my eyes in a dark room. I heard 2 of my friends come in. One came over to me and poked me in the ribs, then said, it's fine, he's asleep. Then proceeded to talk about how both of them were cheating on their boyfriends and who at the party they wanted to hook up with. Why do people say this when someone is around, you know? You know what I mean? Just because someone looks like they're asleep, they can still hear you because you're talking, and that could wake them up. What's this? My parents talking dirty while they were doing it. A screaming match involving the line, I want you to say one nice thing about my kids. 1. Followed by silence and doors slamming. That is the worst thing for a kid to hear. My mum told a friend via telephone, I thought my husband was cheating, so now I do it too. I still don't know what to do. My father has not cheated, and it's proven. My mum is just stupid. They're getting divorced now. Why didn't she confront him about it first, you know? Like, if you think someone is cheating on you, you should confront them. Not do it back because you think you don't know yet. 2 people hooking up and talking bad about me. What? That's so odd. Like, honestly, you're hooking up with someone, but you're also gossiping at the same time. What's going on? This is just odd, like what? Alright, that must be some boring sex they're having. Didn't necessarily overhear anything, but I pretended to fall asleep when I was about 12 because I heard someone coming into the room that my younger sister and I shared and thought it was my mum who would yell at me for being on my iPod at 2 a.m. Turns out it was a robber with a crowbar. He just peeked into the room and went out when he saw us in there. Really glad I didn't realize until the next morning who it was. I have no idea how I would have reacted if I'd realized some strange man was in my dorm at 2 a.m. That is terrifying. Thank gosh. I hate you. Quietly, passionately, by my husband. We are now separated and don't speak. So you're pretending to be asleep and then you hear your husband say this? Like he's basically just looking at you. I hate you so much. Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!